loading up. This could be our final game. I hope you're as excited as we are, because I can barely even speak anymore. I'm losing my mind over this.
This is such a great series despite the score. Let's jump in to what could be the final game of DreamHack for 2014. Can ForGG close it up?
We'll see Apollo up here in the top left of King Sejong Station. He only needs one more win. It's ForGG. And his opponent, he needs your support, so make some noise for StarTale Life.
So for some of you tuning in towards the end of this tournament, ForGG's victim list so far, from the very beginning: Stardust, a WCS Europe champion; MC, the highest StarCraft 2 earner; Patience; Solar, the most recent DreamHack champion; Pult, Captain America, multiple StarCraft 2 champion; and of course Life from the winner bracket finals.
The world champion.
The world champion.
Yeah, just the world champion he's killing now for the second time. It's a pretty impressive list, Apollo. I mean, this really is ForGG putting his stamp on StarCraft 2.
And it's been a long time coming for a lot of ForGG fans. He's really making Millennium proud here, of course, in the grand finals. A drone scout, safe from Life, also can deal a little bit of harassment, slow that barracks down by a couple of seconds, hunt the SCV for a potential kill. Obviously shouldn't happen here. Repair easy enough to do for ForGG. But Life, with a drone scout for the first time, just kind of showing his concern already.
You're right about that. He's checking everything out, microing it crazily. He's aware that if anything catches him off guard, he does not win DreamHack. And it's not Tasia that beats him. The only person I think he considered could even stand up to the task.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane so far.
Do you think Life has ever been 4-0'd before? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, Autodicus.
Well, he certainly doesn't want that. I mean, he's been putting on some great games, but we could take anyone from DreamHack, put him in that booth, he's getting 4-0'd. Life wants to show at least a victory here. Come on.
A bunker, as we've seen previously here from ForGG, going to try and put some pressure on. Does not want that to complete. We saw what problems it caused in the previous game. Artosis, the most important question. Will ForGG keep his Reapers alive?
No, he's going to lose the Reapers. That's part of his strat. It lets Life think he's ahead.
Oh, the Reaper has caught that drone. He's had to go hide and become an extractor. Only one day to go back and mine some more minerals as the Zerglings do pop out. And they are going to be hopefully able to deal with this SCV. Is having a hard time. 2 free Zerglings are going to go down. Oh, just one, actually.
Some really good micro here from Life, doing his absolute best to prevent this bunker from finishing and putting a lot of damage on that Reaper as well to kind of chase him away. Yeah,
the Queen very close to popping here. Should be enough to push this back. Indeed, it does. A lot of pressure on Life, but he deals with it well.
And that's going to be, well, not it for the Reaper harassment. They're still going to bop around a little bit, jump up into the main base maybe, check what's going on, but we probably won't really see any damage from here.
But the one thing this bunker did allow to happen, because he had to always contest the bunker, is he's managed to kill quite a few Zerglings, which is a little bit rare, and also forces, and Life has to replace them, so he's had to build some more instead of drones. So in a small way, the bunker rush is, you know, semi-successful here.
Yeah, I would call that a successful bunker rush. I mean, it was never meant to do very much, just kind of a nuisance type of strategy there, but it did some work, so that's nice to see.
Looks like we're having a quick little pause here, a little bit of lag in the game. But ForGG opening as he has done before. We have the second gas, the Hellions looking like they're on the way, as well as a Banshee. The game is going to restart as they try to see if it's fixed or not.
No, looks like it's not fixed quite yet. We'll get that fixed ASAP here. You know, it might even be kind of a lucky thing that it's being paused for a moment. Life may have to collect himself. You know, ForGG's playing so well. That bunker rush is a frustrating thing to deal with. He did have to make more Zerglings than he really wanted to. He's on the brink of losing 0-4 in the DreamHack finals.
An incredibly tense moment here for the 17-year-old. The weight of the world's on his shoulders. You can see him now on screen, just waiting for a couple of seconds. Very, very important game here. As you've mentioned multiple times, Autosis, he looked at this as his own tournament to take. Only TaSia could stop him, but he disposed of TaSia twice.
Yes, he did. He is the TaSia killer, but the life killer seems to be ForGG so far.
And thank you very much for all of you joining us here in Jönköping, Sweden. Thank you for coming down and watch this StarCraft 2 tournament. Hope you've been having a very good few days here at DreamHack. Myself and Autosis always have a lot of fun when we come over here.
God, man, I love everything about DreamHack. It is what DreamHack has done for StarCraft 2 and for esports in general. I think you cannot possibly overstate.
Absolutely. From the very beginning in 2010 all the way to 2014, we are ready to continue.
All right, 3 Reapers down here, doing what they can, but speed is about to finish, so you know their shelf life out in the middle of the map is over, and ForGG realizes that.
Circling speed is done. Going to be easier to deal with these Reapers, but it looks like they're going to swing around the back here to get some scouting information. The circlings are in the middle of the map.
Oh.
Not here to defend. Drones are going to be in danger. And he swings around.
Well, didn't expect this, and Life didn't either. He's actually starting to take some significant damage. And that many Lings, actually, he's going to be able to escape with probably at least one. But, ooh, some nice surrounding there by Life.
Yeah, and he's going to chase this one all the way back home. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick this one up. So 3 Reapers kill themselves. For the scouting information, a couple of drones as trade-off as well. And the fast layer has been spotted. So once again, seems like we are going to see the 2 base layer for the Spire play.
Yeah, and once again, ForGG does lose his Reapers just to keep everything normal for this series so far. But is ForGG, oh, look at this, switching his factory onto a tech lab.
Viking and Thor ready for the protection against the Mutalist here. And if you think back to the Catalina game, he lost those 6 Hellbats instantly.
That's true.
And this time he's not going to make the same mistake.
I would be very surprised if he did. We do actually have the Baneling Nest get canceled, and he throws down a Roach War, and this is going to make defense against Hellbats a little bit harder, but with 2 Queens in his spine, definitely doable.
Hellions have a look for that 3rd base, don't see anything, going to try to beat that Queen down and go for the drone, and they do get it. Nice delaying there from ForGG to prevent that 3rd base from being taken. And a tank was made from that factory, not a Thor. Hydralisk Den thrown down as well. So Roach War and Spire and Hydralisk Den off 2 bases, Autosis.
Yeah, definitely a little bit different here. Like, what exactly is he going to choose to do? If you're going to make a Spire, you got to make some mutas, at least 5 to 7 minimum, to get over there, make him make some turrets, make him make a Thor and some Vikings. The thing is, normally you want to make a mech player make Vikings, but the way ForGG has been using them, that's almost a scary thing.
Just waiting to see here what Life's going to build. 10 Roaches, Autosis. The investment into the Spire is not going to be used, whether it was... I'm not too sure, we don't have our Observer PCs anymore. I'm not sure if the Spire was scouted or not, but currently Banshees are on the way, Cloak is on the way, nothing's been scouted. There's the scan actually from ForGG. Sees the Hydralisk Den and the Mutalist. Does he see Roaches pop out more importantly? I think he might just miss that. Yeah,
it looks like it's going to run out right before, so he could be thinking those are mutas, in fact. And he does start a missile turret, a couple missile turrets, and that's something you're just going to do if you see a Spire anyways.
Well, only 10 Roaches were built, 6 drones, and straight over to the Infestation Pit for Life. Just playing, I think, out of his comfort zone more than anything in this game, in this series.
Yeah. Well, this game in particular looks very weird for Life. The way that he went Baneling Nest, canceling a Roach Warren, start a Spire, make a Hydralisk Den. He's kind of all over the place, even making Infestation Pit, and all this off 2 bases.
I think the Hydralisk Den screams like that he's worried about that kind of Banshee Viking push out again, but put him in such a far behind position previously.
Well, right now we do have ForGG going to this 3rd base and going ahead and making his Hellbats, but a lot of Roaches come in. These Hellbats not really going to get anything done. Yeah,
3, potentially 4 drones here, but it looks like it is just 3. And Banshee's going to try to deal some more damage to increase that from 3 to more. And they do cloak up. Or attempt this natural. Spore Crawler not actually there, so he is going to get some kills.
Yeah, quite a few with 2 Banshees here, in fact. This is really, really painful right now. Having to deal with these Banshees, losing 10 drones.
18 Roaches in total in the field now. 3 Infestors being made. There's a tank. Banshees are not too far away. Life's going to poke up the front. Sees a tank, backs off. Returns back, but he's only on 43 drones.
Oh man,
3
43.
hatcheries.
That is so low. He's getting pathogen glands and some infestors. So, I mean, that's definitely a very cost-efficient unit. You can get a lot of value out of it, but the amount of drones he's losing, how far behind he is right now, I feel like ForGG has already opened up this game with a good lead. I'm
sure at this point, Life's like, why did I not get any Mutalisks? Because these Banshees are worth their weight in gold. They've killed so much.
Oh my god, even keeps that red one alive at such low health. Only 5 hit points left.
ForGG's walking just over Life.
He truly is. It's kind of crazy here to see someone just destroy the world champion the way he has been. But you know what? This game is not over quite yet. Life does have a bit of a supply lead. He's getting some tricky little things going on. He does have infestors. He's getting burrow. He might try to set up an ambush or something.
I love the fact that ForGG's just playing so patiently from taking his third. He realizes he's killed so much of his opponent's economy. It was a late third. He doesn't need to rush it down. I do like that.
Well, right now he's going to go ahead and scout and realize that ForGG is going to be taking his third base. Sees those siege tanks set up. That can only mean that a command center is in fact on the way, and that has to scare him a little bit. That's pretty reasonably fast.
Looks like Life is going to attempt to break this back debris here to try to come from the area where ForGG's not expecting it. He needs to reposition his units, his tanks. And Banshee's going to come down and help out, but that's a lot of roaches. Hopefully he does have his army not too far away.
Yeah, does run away immediately. It looks like we're going to see a transition into Swarm Host here. Probably not a terrible choice. Definitely a Swarm Host or something you're going to want to use against mech on this map. But he's going to have to secure more of the map. He needs a 4th base.
And if patterns are to continue here, I think we might see some additional starports come down to start to compete in the skies again. He had a lot of success of that in the previous game. Currently only a 1 starport, but upon taking this 3rd base and bringing in the extra money, can now start to afford some extra options.
Well, we'll see what he's going to do with those options. ForGG really hitting his macro stride right now. Both players at about 150 supply. I like the idea of moving these infestors around and getting something done, but infested Terrans don't quite do what they used to do.
The scan inside the main base reveals the lair is still there and no hive, which probably means that ForGG knows that there might not be a timing that he could move out and hit. He knows that there's going to be a lot of lair units around, a lot of roaches, a lot of anything at this point. He's going to try to move out in the middle of the map to have a feel. It's going to run into some roaches, and that's a lot of them.
Indeed, that is quite a few roaches. You see this many roaches walk around the middle of the map, Apollo. What do you do as ForGG in this position?
Sit back and not do anything. Was that the correct answer?
It is the correct answer. You know, roaches, the higher your supply goes, the worse roaches are. So to sit back and just max out, that's going to give him a huge lead against someone that has that many roaches. But looks like he wants to move out a bit.
Well, where is he going to go? He adds on another command center. How far is he going to go? That's a lot of Banshees, so maybe he's not as scared of those roaches as we maybe at first anticipated here. That's quite a few Banshees. They all cloak up. 27 roaches, remember.
Oh man, look at this. He's going to be picking these off so quickly. Already 2 Swarmos go down. The infestors want to get a fungal off, but they get out of range in time.
Life's coming from behind at this point, but the tanks are sieged up. Great fungal onto those Banshees. Is he going to be able to chain it? It's going to take a lot of them, like 5 fungals, I think, to bring these down. And is he going to be able to defend this? He's lost the hatchery here.
Oh man, another fungal does in fact go down, and that's going to be enough. The Banshee's taken out. Great move there by Life. And in fact, the counterattack with these roaches looks like ForGG may be turning around.
Yeah, beautiful counterattack here from Life, and he's exploiting the fact that these roaches are so heavy with the mobility. They're able to move around, and he's killed off a lot of these reinforcements. He's making his way to the main base. The supply depot's going to go down, and he's entering, and the tanks are going to fall instantly.
That's right. These siege tanks don't stand any chance against this many speed roaches. Moving right in, dealing a lot of damage. Life playing absolutely fantastic right now, knowing that his life is on the line.
As he moves forward to the SCV line, already killing off 8 workers behind this, going to reestablish that base and changes the army composition once more. A lot of damage here from Life. He is going to get cleaned up inside the main base, but not without taking as many SCVs down with him as he can. 15 in total. And that's a lot of Swarmos too that he's moving forward
Yeah.
to. Was the movement out from ForGG the right move there? He just got countered instantly.
Well, it wasn't. You know, you and I were talking about it. With all those roaches, you should sit back, you should max out, and make sure that those roaches don't trade so well. Those roaches traded brilliantly. He's gotten rid of his weak supply, and he's refilled it with very important units, like more swarm hosts. He has plenty of infestors. He's even getting some hydras out to help deal with those banshees.
Well, he's obviously got to be very careful with this army that Life has. Very expensive. And the army from ForGG slowly trying to rebuild itself. The Banshee moves forward. A fungal, and now the Hydra's going to bring that down quite easily. Very nicely done. And this siege, very difficult for ForGG. He's not going to be able to mine from this base properly at all.
No, certainly not. See a lot of pressure on these guys right now. I think finally Life has found his stride against this mech play, Apollo. He's made some great moves. ForGG made maybe just one small mistake in this game, and Life was able to capitalize on it brilliantly. So he's back in it. He's really back in this game and in position where he is making the comeback possible.
These Hydralists moving forward with the Locust are going to take some of the damage from these tanks. Decides to back off. It might be a good idea to maybe keep the Locust here and the Swarmos, but maybe swing around the right-hand side where the army isn't, because he's so focused on this left flank.
Well, right now the Hydra's going around, but we do have ForGG splitting his army quite nicely. Still working on his supply, getting quite a bit more units. Already up to 175. As he does max out, of course, he can challenge this army, but oh, a big move in against his planetary. Looks like he's going to be able to get it. Yeah, just barely there.
Wow, what a pickup there. That was absolutely fantastic of that. The Planetary Fortress going down. Oh, man, that is a lot of trouble spelling here for ForGG.
Indeed, look at this. Oh my god, that is quite a few Locusts moving forward right now, taking out some siege tanks. In the meantime, ForGG trying to do a counter harassment. A nice Sim City here from Life, slowing it down, but still quite a few Blue Flame Hellions get in and kill a lot of drones.
They do, and the Hellions have picked up 10 in total, but also 17, 18 SCVs have gone down that were still mining from that expansion despite the Swarmos being there. More drones are going to get roasted, a total of 18. 19 now as ForGG, a nice counter with those, but still in so much trouble now. He's lost the mining from that 4th base expansion.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. We do have the supplies kind of coming together once again, only 10 apart at the moment. Hive halfway done, more and more siege tanks and Hellbats on the way. I think ForGG wants to make an army that can actually potentially bust through these Swarmos.
Well, they're not too far away from his main army. There's the Locust in the center of the field here, going to challenge the army of ForGG. Banshees do cloak up, and he's going to deal with the Locust, but he's not really crushing the Locust wave fast enough here. A couple of defensive tanks do deal with that push out around the left-hand side. And he scans, he moves the Banshees down. He's going to try to bring down these Swarmos as the Hydras are out of position.
Well, we see those infestors on burrow movement, sharping around, seeing if they can get off a good fungal. Nothing quite yet, but Life is doing the right types of moves here. He's actually making quite a game of it, but ForGG in this center spot, he's in a good position where he can send out forces like we see here towards the natural to deal a lot of damage.
What do you think that ForGG needs to do to, regain control of this game? Because it's definitely in favor of Life.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Maybe he slows it down a bit more. Maybe he gets into Raven tech so he can use some point defense drones.
Oh, nice use of the infestors there. Managed to bring down 3 or 4 tanks.
Really fantastic. And ForGG continues to kill off a lot of drones as well. Still, the economy for Life looking okay. More Hellions sent all over the place. These Blue Flames going to make quick work of this mineral line as well. Yeah,
both of these players managing to find each other's economy. 24 drones, 25 in total have gone down here by ForGG just by running around with these Hellions and exploiting the weakness of these Swarmos, which of course is their lack of mobility. But he's got to find a way to build an army that beats the Swarmos. There's so many of them, they're dealing a lot of damage. The +2 attack for the Locust is about to complete as well. But what type of army is that going to be?
Well, you know, he just, what I'm seeing from ForGG here is Hellbats and Siege Tanks. It seems like that's really what his focus is. And eventually those can kind of chew through this many Swarmos. But I really like what I see from Life. He's going into 15 mutas, and sure, there's some Thors out, but the mobility of those Thors is going to be overtaxed against so many mutas.
And right now, there's only 3, 4, 5 Thors there, I think, but in other locations, I don't think there's that much anti-air at all, so we'll see where the Mulas decide to go. ForGG finally re-establishing that 4th base in the middle, getting some income. But these mules going to be a bit of a surprise here for ForGG. Still not any anti-air in that production tab.
We do have these Banshees helping out against the Locust now, killing the Locust pretty quickly, and they're dealing very little damage each time, so he's stabilizing quite strongly against them. Ooh, nice fungal going down here.
And the Mutilus, I think, are flying on the left-hand side, still undetected throughout this game. Hellions still continuing to get into the drone line, but here come the Mutilus, a surprise, onto the natural.
Oh man, killing off this many Siege Tanks for free is a huge move from Life. Going after these Hellbats, going after these Siege Tanks. The Banshees come back and he loses one of those even. Look at these Thors, so clunky, so slow, trying to chase them down, but they are just going to be outmaneuvered all game long.
Destroying the infrastructure behind enemy lines here. Great move from Life, great switch up with his units, and he continues to seize the middle of the map, but the majority of the units actually move to come back to defend with this. So nice play here from Life, running circles finally and dealing.
Siege Tanks here to really hold this off at the moment.
No, and he's so spread so thin at this point. As you can see, he's starting to lose his center location, a very important location to hold on to. It's where his money is. He's mined out inside his main base. His natural's pretty much gone as well, and even the mule is swinging around as the units are defending or meant to be in the main base.
20 more mutas were on the way just a moment ago. His Mutalisk flock is growing exponentially. He's up to 29 right now. More on the way. I mean, there's a lot of Thors. Thors can shatter mutas if he messes up, but...
Yeah, but is he going to take the direct engagement, or is he going to keep running around the map and going for the kind of run around and the switch up of bases here, the base trade?
Well, if ForGG is going to try for the base trade, it is his best chance at this point. But the odds of it working very, very little. You know, he's moving up behind, trying to siege it, but that's not really quick enough either.
And the Mueller scale on top of these 3 Thors defending. 2 of them have gone down very easily. 3rd one as well. There's 3 more on the way, but Life goes into the main base. ForGG is trying to get to his opponent's economy, but he's still got to deal with all the swarmos that are in the center of the map. There's so much here for Life. He's up to 180 supply. His opponent's struggling. He did get quite a few drones there with late reactions, but at this point in time, more and more swarmos being added on. I'm not sure that ForGG can crack the defenses that Life is setting up.
No, certainly not. You know, he's got still a very strong army out there, but Endless Locust will clean this up. He would need to have a bunch of Ravens to have any shot here, I would say, especially with this many mutas flying around, just eliminating his buildings.
Yeah, this command center is going to go down very, very fast here, and the Thors are going to have to recollect their side. Well, actually, look, there's 4 Widow Mines. If only he'd baited.
That's very cute. Well, you know, that is one reason to definitely stay in this game. If you get those lucky Widow Mine shots and you kill off all the mutas, suddenly it becomes winnable even without an economy.
He's trying to continue to bait those units, hopefully, over into it. The Mules in the center of the field here, going to go into the mirror lines once again. A couple of mules and SCVs for free. The command center also being targeted, and he's going to bring it down. Another big win here for StarTale Life as he gets closer and closer to finally just getting a single win under his belt.
We do have ForGG moving out once again with this army.
He knows he has to do something.
Yeah, it can't just sit and camp up there. That's not a strategically important location. He's got to move in. He's got to kill another base. Looks like he's going to go after the 3rd base of Life, but the Swarm Host coming down.
Yeah, Life's getting ready. Getting ready to deal with this Autos. He's going to make one final defense, one final attack.
All right, here we go. The Swarm Host actually sending their Locust down at the moment. The Thor is staying in the back there. Actually, really good so far here from ForGG, doing a lot more damage than you would think.
And the Mulists decide not to go in and fight. They're going to go around and catch the reinforcements, and the reinforcements are 6 Thors here, dealing out a lot of damage to these Mulists, but hopefully if he spreads them out well enough, he should be able to bring every single one of these down. The reinforcements dropping ForGG supply to almost below 100. And once again, ForGG.
Oh, but he actually just flew into Widow Mines. Doesn't lose that many, so it's okay.
And in the meantime, Swarmos finally break into the siege tank line too. Not many units left over. More roaches being built here from StarTale Life as he edges closer and closer. The mule is doing a lot of damage on the natural as well here. And the units are being chased back from ForGG. Doesn't know where to go, where to attack, and what to do.
Oh, man. Oh, well, I don't know that there is an answer, Apollo. We have so many mutas in his base. He's going to lose all his buildings. His army cannot stand up these locusts. GG! And Life has decided to make this a series.
finally gets a map victory over ForGG in his finals, prevents the 4-0 sweep, and can start to now really work on and grind towards this potential comeback. Still got a lot of work to do, a long way before he even gets close to tying this series up. Anything is possible, though, for this youngster. As we've seen multiple times in the past, he's come back from this difficult situation before, but he needs to do it again against a player who just seems to understand what life is weak against, what he's best at, and how to exploit and find a way to victory every single time.
Well, look, that was the best game from Life so far. He really reacted to the mech quite well. He did a great job of his tech transitions. He did a great job of utilizing those swarm hosts correctly and running around the map and really abusing mech's immobility. So I want to say he's going to continue to put up some good games here. Now, our next match